Good morning, Paramount School of Excellence. Today is Friday, September 9th, 2016. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Today is a special Friday news report, extended edition. Today's weather calls for scattered thunderstorms with a high of 82 degrees. We'll be having indoor recess. Today's lunch is Kevin McAllister's favorite dish, a lovely cheese pizza, ham subs, baked beans, a side salad, and fruit juice. Monday's breakfast will be a Trix cereal bar with string cheese and apple juice. And now it's time for the answer to the weekly morning riddle. This week's answer was a coaster, like a roller coaster, and that thing that you put your drinks on keeps the wet ring off the table. Yeah. We have two winners this week, Najee Knox from Mr. Chareau's 8th grade class and Madison Hare from Ms. Duvall's 4th grade class. Congratulations. Hey Paramount, it's Mr. Atkinson here. This is our sports corner today. I have two great 2nd grade football players here with me. We have
Keelan
and
Emmanuel Stevens.
Welcome to the announcements, gentlemen. I hear you're pretty much star athletes, okay? So I'm going to ask them a couple questions about being on the football team. What do you like about football?
Running the ball and tackling.
And tackling. All right, cool. What's your position?
Running back. Center.
And you guys have to work together, don't you? Awesome. Okay, what does it take to be a good player, Keelan?
Hard work and sportsmanship.
Very good. And Manny, what's it take to be a good player?
And always listen to the coach.
Always listen to the coach. Great advice from our star athletes here. All right. Now, I heard there was a touchdown that was scored. Can you tell us about the play that happened last Saturday? Tell us what happened.
We kind of fumbled the ball, but we got back on track, and then we scored the touchdown.
Very good. Okay, we're going to see that played next. So give a shout out to our star athletes. Say bye, Paramount.
Bye, Paramount.
Here's your play. Hey Paramount, it's Mr. Atkinson again, here with another football player. Tell him your name.
My name is Dion.
Hey Dion, can you tell our school what you like about football?
One thing I like about football is catching and running.
Okay. Can you tell us your position?
Runner back.
Running back, good. And what does it take to be a good athlete?
You have to get good grades and you have to stay good in class.
Very good. That's a great answer. Now, I heard you scored a touchdown this weekend. Can you tell us how that happened?
Because when he put the ball in my hand like that, I started running and I made a touchdown.
Very good. So you're fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Dion. Give me a high five. And that's our sports recap for this week. Great touchdowns, gentlemen, and what great advice for the rest of our school. Congratulations to this week's star athletes, Manny Stevens, Keelan Hippolyte, and Dion Baker. Now this weekend in sports, we have another great event. Saturday, we have a 1st and 2nd grade football game at North Central High School at 8:30 a.m. Players need to be at Paramount at 6:45 a.m. And there's an elementary flag football tournament. And now it's time for our morning words of wisdom. Have you ever noticed how success seems to come more easily to some people than to others? Success with friends, success with money, success at school. Booker T. Washington once said that we shouldn't decide who has the most success by the money they have, or the job they have, or even the friends they have. Instead, We should look at the challenges a person had to overcome to get where he or she is. Some of us have more problems in the way of our success than others. What matters most is how much you've improved, what you have overcome. If you focus on your progress and keep moving forward, you can step into a more successful future. Lastly, for today's extended newscast is our first proclamation for the Students of the Month. Teachers, please release your students after announcements for a special breakfast down in the cafeteria. Without further ado, from kindergarten, Mrs. Yeoman's class, Christopher Benitez and Victoria Allen Hare. From Ms. Graff's class, James Street and Diana Gilbert. From Mrs. Vaughn's class, Anthony Hicks and Mickey Powers. From Ms. Kane's class, Cannon Miles and Cheyenne Jones. In first grade, from Mrs. Lawton's class, Annie Hill and Braden Morales Scruggs. From Mrs. Chestnut's class, Wayne Metzger and Kayla Hogan. From Ms. Hancock's class, Thomas Trey Robinson and Amaria Patterson. In second grade, from Ms. Solly's class, Amari Hughes and Dasani Magana. From Mrs. Kirk's class, Amaria Common and Michael Morris. From Ms. Bullock's class, Kaylee Smith and Manny Stevens. In third grade, from Ms. Armington's class, Noelle Turner and Elizabeth Kamasina. From Mrs. Sarik's class, Ryan Rockingham and Ivy Wencefalo. From Ms. Bishop's class, Cheyenne Jackson and Luis Montalongo. In fourth grade, from Ms. Duvall's class, Madison Hare and Adrian Meadows. Ms. Cassidy's class, Janiyah Ingram and Aaliyah Carranza. From Mr. Green's class, Jasmine Weedman and Gabrielle Oshlaw. In fifth grade, from Mrs. Monk's class, Maya Alexis and Solomon Manning. From Ms. Laughlin's class, Samir Ford and Haley Hernandez. From Mrs. Waymeyer's class, Janelle Lagoons and Jason Benitez. In sixth grade, from Mr. Thomas's class, Sharon Kamasina and Kaliesia Baker. From Ms. Lee's class, Elijah Keller and Coriana Martin. In seventh grade, from Ms. Langenfeld's class, Raven Hyde and Matthew Dans. From Mr. Minnick's class, Javante Booker and Brooklyn Holland. From Ms. Lawson's hat class, Alexis Wilson and Maria Castro. From Ms. Hyber's hat class, Mason Pearson and Haley Rodriguez. And lastly, from Mr. Sherrow's eighth grade class, Michaela James and Chris McAvoy. Have a good weekend, Paramount. An adventure awaits.